Hello, everyone. I am going live today. I know it's late in the evening. I had some other engagements today and yesterday, so I'm getting really busy, or sort of busy in my with my businesses. So, with that, I am not able to be on a regular schedule as I had anticipated, like I was before because of my schedule just kind of changing last minute and things of that nature. However, I wanted to go ahead and do the live today because I do have some plans for tomorrow, which is Saturday. And so, with that, I knew I wouldn't be able to do it that morning, Saturday morning. So, I'm coming to you later this evening. And this is a first for me. So, I know you probably are already situated in ways, but this is where you can come and still you'll hear me talking about some things, and at least it's recorded. And as an FYI, I'm on suspension on X, so this is just the live on YouTube. I'll repost it on X whenever. No big deal. This is why I go to YouTube, because every time you turn around, there's something where they're censoring me on X. I've heard people tell me to go to TikTok, but you also are censoring yourselves on TikTok. And I'm just like, I want to be able to speak. And so with here at YouTube, I have not ever been censored thus far. So I hope I'm not speaking that into existence. But anyway, I'm going to just today go over some things that I think is important. We've seen a lot happen in the last couple of weeks with politics, and even with certain things regarding us. Now we see the Democratic Party wants to use our race, wants to use Black America as their mules so that they can continue to support their immigrants, because they don't speak about us until legislation comes up. And then they're utilizing race. And I'm talking about also the TPS status hearing with the Supreme Court. I listened into some of that. I may highlight some of it, but I'm really going to go back to the 14th Amendment and how the 14th Amendment really is playing into everything right now. You may not can recognize it, but everything's going back to the Constitution and the 14th Amendment. There are some acts that they're referencing with the Voting Rights Act that still goes back to the Constitution, which means it goes back to the 15th Amendment. So everything that is in our past is very relevant in our present moment. So when anybody, again, when people say, "Oh my God," oh my hair, "Oh my God," you need to get over your past. We're continuously having to relive it, right? And our ancestors. And I'm going to talk about that a bit, because I'm going to feature a video by Henry Louis Gates. And just how everyone, including Black leadership, is attempting to take us off our land, out of and act like we're still homeless beings after being in America for over 400 years. And we know right now that America is about to celebrate its 250 years. And mind you, we were already here before the inception of a nation, right? And then the fact that we are an amalgamated beings with various admixtures, and only made here in America. We're only made here in America. We are the Americans, literally and figuratively. There's no one else that can say they were here in America before the inception of this country, but the freedmen, Black Americans, Negroes, colored, and even African Americans. That stupid term from Jesse Jackson. Oh, I'm going to play a little bit of a conversation as well that I had with Judge Joe Brown, Dana's show that she holds on X. And it was a great conversation. However, I want you all to see how our boomers, our elders, and my mother is a boomer. Something was in the water. Something has happened to them. Okay. I don't know what happened to a lot of our parents, the boomers, but something's not right. Okay, I'm going to play a little of that conversation because how he moved the goalposts on everything that was said, and boomers don't seem to want to take responsibility. And you know what? I've been saying I will give our boomers some grace because they did go through a lot of trauma too. It was civil rights. It was, a lot of assassinations. I'm gonna just chalk it up to that. That's still mental health. That is still why we need to make sure we are actually involved in supporting one another with mental health. Because I'm a mental health professional, and I think what I'm seeing is a lot of trauma play out with our boomers, and they like to attempt to say that they're imparting wisdom upon us, but what I'm seeing is they're imparting harms. They're continuing to support the oppressors in harming us. So you're going to be shocked by some of the things you hear from Judge Joe Brown in that conversation. But anyway, I'm going to first begin with this. I'm going to share my screen because you all know how I get down with Donald Jaquavius Trump, okay? Because there's a young lady that says "Mova" on X, and she says, "Oh my, Donald Jaquavius Trump is at it again." And I too like Donald Jaquavius Trump. So with that, I'm going to show you a video of him, okay, and what he's saying. You all, he told us. He told us what's going on. But okay, I'm gonna hold on. So I want you all to hear this.
In my former life, I was an insider as much as anybody else. And I knew what it's like, and I still know what it's like to be an insider. It's not bad. It's not bad. Now I'm being punished for leaving the special club and revealing to you the terrible things that are going on having to do with our country. Because I used to be part of the club, I'm the only one that can fix it. I'm doing this for the people and for the movement, and we will take back this country for you, and we will make America great again. Many of my friends and many political experts warned me that this campaign would be a journey to hell. Said that. But they're wrong. It will be a journey to hell because we will help many people that are so desperately in need of help. Our movement is about replacing a failed and corrupt, and when I say corrupt, I'm talking about totally corrupt, political establishment with a new government controlled by you, the American people. I didn't need to do this, folks, believe me. Believe me. I built a great company, and I had a wonderful life. I could have enjoyed the fruits and benefit of years of successful business deals and businesses for myself and my family, instead of going through this absolute horror show of lies, deceptions, malicious attacks. Who would have thought? I'm doing it because this country has given me so much, and I feel so strongly that it's my turn to give back to the country that I love. The corrupt political establishment is a machine. It has no soul. I knew these false attacks would come. I knew this day would arrive. It's only a question of when. And I knew the American people would rise above it and vote for the future they deserve. The only thing that can stop this corrupt machine is you. The only force strong enough to save our country is us. The only people brave enough to vote out this corrupt establishment is you, the American people. We are going to have a policy, America first.
Okay. All right. I stopped sharing that. I had to open with that because that is on his campaign trail. And he acknowledges that he's an insider. He's a part of the club. And he knows what they got going on. Oh boy. And we're seeing a lot of it being revealed now. Right? And we're in the midst of it. He said, I'm going to make sure I run on Americans first because this is the greatest country. Right? I love my country. Where we at? Freedmen? Where are we at? Because Donald Jaquavius Trump has given us props plenty of times. But okay, now we're seeing everything being revealed. So you know what? Let's get into it. We're going to get into it. We're going to talk about Black identity now, right? We got the 14th Amendment, and we all know what just happened this week. We had the SPLC, right? They've been making sure that they fund these racist attacks against us. And then on the same thing, TPS for Haitians and Syrians going to the Supreme Court because Trump has stopped the TPS status for them. And they're like, no, we're fighting to stay here in America. And guess what they used? They used race. They used race. Black. He's been racist to everyone. He's been racist to the Haitians. Well, you know, hey, Haitians do eat dogs and cats. They admitted it. We saw it all on the internet. We heard many Haitians admit it. He wasn't lying, and to me, that's not racial. He's just saying that their culture is different from Americans' culture because we don't eat dogs and cats. We also know Asians will eat other animals and tell you it's chicken. Okay, so let's stop the bull now. Let's quit playing around with everything and let's be real about what we see here, right? So with that, I gotta go into the next video. I think I need to replay that Trump video. I might replay it at the end just so I could clip it up. But we gotta go into this next video. I'm going to share my screen again so you all can hear how now they're using our Black identity. And now all the immigrants that are part of the Congressional Black Caucus are saying that, you know what? Wait a minute. They're being racist towards us. They're using race. They're trying to stay here and claim our politics, our identity, all of it. And we're nowhere to be found. Our people are nowhere to be found to speak in these moments. We don't see our people. When I say our people, I'm meaning freedmen, real Black Americans that have ancestors from this soil, that toiled this land, that fought in the Civil War or have fought in every war in this country. We have a legacy and a lineage here that, you know what? They're totally attempting to erase us and act as if we don't exist. Like we're not supposed to be here. Or we the immigrants. Now, this is what hold on. I'm gonna get to the video. I'm gonna show you one video, and then we're gonna get to the Congressional Black Caucus, so we can talk about the Black identity and race. Here's the next video I want you all to hear, because these ladies are standing on our legacy, our ancestors, on the shoulders for our ancestors, with our ancestors, when they speak about our lineage and us being here. So I'm going to play this video first to follow up with the Trump video, because I really like this video as well. So, hello, lady, how are you? Good to see you, and thank you for joining me. I know it's late in the evening. All right, you all, I'm going to now share this video, and I want you all to hear what she has to say about us and what it means to be a freedman Black American in this country. So hold on, this one up as well.
Americans to have jobs. They did all that for Black Americans.
I'm gonna rewind it back so we can get from the very beginning.
It's about heritage. It's about our lineage. Who are we? We're Black Americans. My family back, my ancestors back to the 1700s. Okay, so we're Black Americans. We have been here since the founding of the country. That matters, does it not? Does it matter that our parents, our ancestors were here since the founding, since the 1600s, since the 1700s? Is that relevant? Is that significant? Yes, I think it is. Well, I mean, my ancestors didn't slave and sweat and toil and all that hard work that they did for Joanne Reed to have a job. She's from the Congo. They worked for Black Americans to have jobs. They did all that for Black Americans, not people from the Congo who are first generation Americans. Not even Kamala Harris, who's Indian American and Jamaican.
Right.
My ancestors didn't work for Kamala Harris to have these benefits. They worked for Black Americans to have benefits. I think even Obama is not even a Black American. This is why using color, the skin color, is not sufficient. It's American experience. It's confusing.
Right.
And this is why I say white Americans and Black Americans have been in America the longest since its founding. And that is significant. That matters. That history matters. And so this is why, and I don't know why so many, and I want to get into this issue about Black women, Black American women supporting. I know it's nonprofit, but Black American women don't understand most of them, some do, but most of them don't understand. They think everything is about skin color. And that's a superficial analysis of the situation. They're not looking at the history. They don't know the history. And they're just so wedded to the political left position, embracing all of their policies. And their policies have been detrimental to Black America. They need to get away from that embrace of all these policies that are the detriment. So what I'm thinking, they're not doing their homework. They're not reading this cast your bucket where you are. Cast down your bucket where they're not reading this history. They're being superficial. They're just watching the television and going along with what the politicians.
Oh, okay. I'll stop sharing that. That's the end of that. But she was cooking, right? Sister was cooking. I'll put, yes, Miss Ermishin, I'll put in the actual video, because she and the other young lady were cooking on this panel. And this was July 24th of 2024. She asked me, when was this? July 24th of 2024. And I'll send you the link right now. I'll post the link in the chat, so you can retrieve it there and bookmark it. Come listen to the entire conversation, because those ladies were representing it. I did reach out to them to attempt to get them on this Freedman channel and interview them, but I did not receive a response back. So I did want to have a conversation with them myself, and have them out here on the Freedman channel. And it's unfortunate. I don't know, if sometimes our people get really busy or what, but what I have learned is There's usually no response to phone calls or emails. Now, they did respond to my email. However, after a couple of responses, nothing else about scheduling or anything. But I'm saying that overall, what I have learned and what I'm experiencing is when I go to engage with our people in these different positions. Oh yes, ma'am, we can anytime. Yes, I love to partner. I love to have these conversations and be open about where we're going. Right, this thought. We're supposed to have these thoughts because that's where the creativity comes in. That's also where the meeting of the minds comes in, right? We can agree to disagree, or we can speak on our different perspectives, and then we may be able to join one another in our different perspectives. So I'm all about that. So, okay. So moving on, that was another clip that I think is very important that I'll most likely clip it up and put it out here on the Friedman channel so people will understand when we speak about Black identity politics, it's real. It is not, she just highlighted it as well. Our ancestors did not do all of this work, and our elders, some of our elders, didn't do all this work for immigrants. That's a crazy conception to me, for them to be able to come here and lord over us and reap the benefits of everything that we've done for our people. And we have a lineage and a legacy here, right? That doesn't make any sense. But this is what they're telling you is normal. This is what our boomers are saying is normal. Mind you, a lot of the humiliated immigrants that they just got here 30, 40 years ago, we'll give them 50 years. Okay, hey, maybe I'll go ahead. There was a small smidgen of them were here in the 1920s that came over with Ellis Islanders. Yeah, like 130, 150,000 of them. But they're not going to tell you they're not us, because they've been operating for over 50 years as us. And a lot of them are West Indians, Caribbean, and some Latin Americans. Oh, wait till y'all hear my conversation with Judge Joe Brown. Now, I'm going to share my screen again. And I'm going to go here, right here. Because when I do all the video of what they're talking about, and it's all on race, they can't move from race now. Notice that the immigrants, they can't move off of race. And they can't move off of race because that's the only way they can attach to us. However, we can use freedmen. When we move from freedmen, right? When we start utilizing freedmen, what can they do? Because they don't have that legacy. They don't have that history. I'm trying to get to here. I want to get to where you can see all of the individuals. Oh, here we go. Here we go. The CBC leadership. This is where I wanted to go. I want you all to look at this CBC leadership. Now, I've done this before. I've kind of briefly highlighted the CBC leadership. And when you hear me talk about with Judge Joe Brown, Black leadership, this is who I was referring to. Some of them right now, but then also the Black leadership that came out of that came out of the Civil Rights Movement, and they misled the people along with the Black clergy, right? I'm calling them leadership. Thank you, Mark King Carter. Yes, ma'am. More than half of these beings have the immigrant background. You are correct. And that's why I have to make sure I highlight them, because I make sure you all understand. Yvette Clarke is a Jamaican, and I'm going to feature her in her videos today. Okay? Now, Lucy Macbeth I do believe she's us, or maybe, you know what? You never know. Once you dig deep, they might not be us, and they be those ones, hiding and lurking as us, because she does not, to me, her stances and her perspectives doesn't seem like she, is all down for the people at all. It's wild to me. It is so wild to me. Look at this one. He's Rhode Island. We don't have no Amo. We know he's African, right? We know he's African. I don't know about this Sydney Kamlager Dove. Look at all of these beings that are now leading and trying to tell us how to move in our politics. The Black Americans, the freedmen, which the 14th Amendment does not apply to them. Let's talk about it. The 14th Amendment does not apply to Yvette D. Clarke because she's an immigrant. She had to be naturalized. And the Constitution, and what we know is from the Supreme Court justices, they say the Constitution is race neutral. So if it's race neutral and these beings are attaching to us based on race, right? We're getting nowhere. We're getting nowhere. We have to make sure that we utilize our freedman status. And our freedman status, guess what? Separates us from them. We won't be in the whole bucket with them because they have to use race. Now, I will stop sharing because now I want to get to the video. When I show you all the video, you will understand why I had to go ahead and make sure you all see the video. I will share my screen. And a friend of mine was like, girl, you got to play this video. You got to play this video. I said, okay, I will play the video. I will play more than this, but let's look. Let's listen to this. I will make
through actions cause real and disproportionate.
I want to go back to the very beginning. I want you to hear from the very beginning. Oh, shoot. Everything from the beginning, because this is crazy. The times we're living in right now with the immigrants. Go ahead.
Over the past year, we have seen a concerted effort to roll back civil rights.
Hold on. You see this guy? You see, okay, both of these guys, right? Hakeem Jeffries. That's Hakeem Jeffries. This is, I think, what's his name? Hartsford. Let me find him. I'll find them all listed so you can see the faces. I'll show you his family. Part of his family is Cape Verdean. He is not a freedman. This is why I'm sticking to the point that any recent arrivals that are bi-ethnic are not freedmen. They can't be. How? We don't have Cape Verdean freedmen. We don't have Mexican freedmen. We don't have Bahamian freedmen. Freedmen are full whole Americans, both sides. Legacy in this country for hundreds of years. We're not half of anything. We already went through the ethnogenesis. They already know and have studied us that we are an amalgamated beings with various admixtures because of the rape, right? Because of the miscegenation of our people, also being enslaved or being with the American Indians. But we are not Cape Verdeans. It wasn't no Cape Verdeans over here in America, as far as I know, a part of that ethnogenesis. And we're not going back. We're not going back and acting like they were here. We're not going back and acting like no Bahamians were here because they were over in the Bahamas. They got their own land. They got their own people. They got their own culture. Jamaicans wasn't over here on this land going through no ethnogenesis. They were right over there in Jamaica, coming from Africa, doing their thing. And all of these other countries also were emancipated before our ancestors here on this soil. Let me just say that as well. All of these Jamaicans, Haitians, Bahamians, all of these different islands were emancipated before our ancestors on this soil. And along with that, a lot of them, they got countries, they got their own land. Now, why the freaking frack are they on my soil now trying to take my identity and act like they are my people when they have countries they can go over and lead themselves? Yes, it is great that they dismantled the districts because it's all a play. And our Donald Jaquavius Trump is letting us know the play because he's been on the inside and we need to listen. But let me get back to it. I'm sorry, I'm on my tangent, but here we go. Let's get back to what she has to say. Wait, hold on. I don't want to stop sharing. Here we go.
Undermine voting access, dismantle social programs, and concentrate power in the hands of the wealthy and well-connected at the expense of communities. From weakening the Voting Rights Act and advancing voter suppression measures like the SAVE Act, to politicizing the courts and sowing fear and division through actions cause real and disproportionate harm to Black communities. Over the past year, we have seen a concerted effort to roll back civil rights, undermine voting access, dismantle social programs, and concentrate power in the hands of the wealthy and well-connected at the expense of our communities. From weakening the Voting Rights Act and advancing voter suppression measures like the SAVE Act, to politicizing the courts and sowing fear and division through actions cause real and disproportionate harm to Blacks. We have seen a concerted effort.
Okay, all right. A concerted effort. All right. I have to show you all these members, right? And we're gonna hold it here for a minute. We're gonna hold it here for a minute. Because they showing these immigrants on the soil showing out. Okay? They showing out. And they think we are finna sit here and go along with this BS after you've been saying, oh, the immigrants, we need to help the immigrants. We got to fight for the immigrants. And what did we get? Biden Harris. Oh, wait a minute. Biden, what he told y'all, I didn't vote for Biden. I didn't vote for him. But he told us, you ain't Black if you don't vote for me. Then Kamala Harris said up there, I'm not going to do anything specifically for Black people. Are y'all really going to fall for that okie doke again? Come on now. Come on, you ain't got nothing. They rolled out the red carpet. They gave your reparations to illegal immigrants. They've been funneling your money, your reparations, outside of the country. They even made sure the Africans were in on the deal. I'm just saying, we got proof of it all coming out right now. You got proof of it. Let's look at all these Black faces in high places. And what are they doing for you all? This one right here told Maxine Waters, told the Black people out on the street to go home and they homeless. They are people, the freedmen, right? She getting up out of a truck, a SUV, talking about, oh yeah, we gonna get Trump. We going up against Trump. No, Maxine, take your old ass on back. It's time for you to set your butt down, honey, because we're going to set you down. We're going to set you down. We got to set you down. Look at this. Please look at these people. Go and do your research. This one right here is a Pakistani. He's not Black American. He changed his name. Al Green, out of Houston, out of Texas. 2005 ain't did a motherfucking thing for our people, okay? They just gatekeeping. I've heard a lot about this one and what he's done. He's been serving. He was in and then back out for a minute and back in. Okay? None of these beings are going to do anything for our people. They're not doing anything now. They haven't been doing anything since they've been in office. This one right here, I was in her district in South Florida, Frederica Wilson, right? Walking around acting like our people that's our culture, right? It was our ancestors and elders with the nice hats in the churches and things of that nature. She's Bahamian. And she made sure she was blocking me and any of us that was working on policy for our people in the state of Florida. Okay? Yeah, she's Black Identity Politics, attended HBCU, aka Fisk University. This is what I'm talking about. We have got to wake up, folks. Anybody right now on the Democratic plantation, it's all been revealed. There's no reason why we should be still voting any of these beings into office. Stacey Plaskett, Caribbean, she's not us. Not us. She be out on the internet acting crazy with us, at us, saying crazy stuff to us. Stephen Hartsford, right there in California, did nothing to support reparations for you all, for us either, on a national level, let alone on the state level. Okay? Come on with y'all. Yes, ma'am, he's Pakistani. Go look him up. Go look up Al Green, how he changed his name. Yeah, think about it. Al Green. Okay. I'm just saying, they really masking it as us. This is not a Black American. We don't have no Naguse or Nagus, right? We know who Nakima Williams is. She got her position because she's taking over someone else's position. Ayanna Press, Ilhan Omar, straight up fraud. We know she married her brother, right? To get him over here for citizenship. They got her whole wedding certificate. She married her brother, right? And we know, I'm just saying, we know them over there in Africa and all of that. They all about incest. The Arabs are all about incest as Muslims. So anyway, I'm just saying this is not our culture. We frown upon that stuff. When we find out about that's why we always asking who your people, where your people from, right? Because we're not trying to do that stuff because they did that stuff to our people in slavery, right? Come on now, y'all. Come on, let's get with it now. Let's get with it. We much smarter than this, and we know how to discern things when things are not right now. We know we in touch like that. So let's quit acting like we don't see what's going down right now. We don't see the play. And look at this one. He's now trying to talk. He's Hispanic. I don't have any ancestors or elders that speak Spanish, come from Cuba, or anywhere like that. Right? Any Latin American country. I don't have any elders or ancestors from no Latin America. Okay? Dominica or Ecuador, Guatemala, wherever. We don't have no ancestors as freedmen from those areas. Period. We've been on this soil right here in America, nowhere else, right? And those that decided to leave, they're no longer us. That is what it is. Yes, we know some immigrated to other areas. That's what they chose to do. We acknowledge that. We respect their decisions, but you're not coming back over here to America today claiming you are freedmen or that you also are Black. Not happening. Not happening. We're not doing this. So you can come in and usurp us on our land. Because that's exactly what they're doing. Trying to come in here and claim our identity. Now look at this one right here. Reverend Raphael Warnock. They had him running like he was going to do something in Georgia using Dr. King's legacy, shitting on that. Yeah, this is all Black leader shit. This is not Freedmen. We don't get down like this. We're patriots of our country. We love our country. We're going to represent our people too, right? We're going to represent our people. We do not back down from being freedmen, Black Americans that represent for the people and standing on who we are in America. That's where I'm at. Hey. But anyway, so I'm just saying, look at this one right here. A Haitian, right? In fraud. She just gave up her position. She just resigned. Yeah, Sheila Shefferless McCormick, right? Already in office and in fraud. The whole Democratic Party, they're not doing anything but it's fraud. Taking your money, taking our resources, taking our capital, and giving it to immigrants, legal or illegal. They're taking our resources, our capital, and making sure that their people come here, get settled on our dime, and act like they us at the same damn time. Y'all wake it up. Wake up. The replacement theory is real with our people. And not only that, they really now want to try to shame you and tell us we're xenophobic because we standing on what is ours. Oh, no, baby. I want to see you fight me for it on this soil, and you're going to have to shed blood over here. Because we're not getting down like that. Oh, no, you can't punk us on our soil over here. We are the descendants of the patriots, the real warriors of this land. Look at this one right here. Okay, Alejandro Frost. You know where he's from, don't you? Cuba. He's Cuban. Huh? All of these beings are in your politics, claiming your identity today and doing nothing for you. Because guess what? They're making sure their people come here and take your capital and your resources. Sylvester Turner died. He wouldn't even go and let somebody else take the seat out of Texas, Houston, I do believe. He died too, in office, because they want to control and make sure we don't get in our rightful position. But guess what, y'all? Our ancestors and they working from beyond spiritually with the higher power, the creator. They can't beat us, but we got to know how to fight the battle though, because they done left us the blueprint. All we got to do is get into action. And I'm doing this today because it is another extension of what we were saying last week when I had Dr. Shack on the show, as well as Derek Gibson, and we're proclaiming new Black leadership. It's the Black Patriots. Anybody that us, freedmen, and love America, we it. We the grassroots, we got to stand up. Yes, they angry. They're angry because we're not standing up with them as they are moving mountains for us right now. Because we still got people want to believe that, oh no, these people are not here to do that. Oh no, such and such really cares about me. No, they don't. They don't care about you. They're feeding you propaganda. They're feeding you to indoctrinate you so they can disarm you, so then they can come right in and then make you a permanent underclass in your own country. These people are not, they don't have any. What do we have to show for them being in office for 10, 20, 10 years, 30 years? What do we have to show for it? We should have viable communities, all kinds of growth in our communities. Our children should be reading. Our children are not reading on their grade level. They're not learning, and we send them to school every day for 8 hours a day. Come on, y'all. Something ain't right with this picture. It's time for us to step it up. It's time for us to get in our rightful position. And with Donald Jaquavius Trump, it can happen. It will happen. Right? That's where I'm at. But we got to remove these beings. We own banks, honey. We own banks. We still got our own black cities and towns. So if you got a problem with us in America being the Patriots of America, get ready, honey, because we get down over here. You don't get to come take anything over here. You don't get to, you didn't build nothing here. So therefore you don't own anything here. Nothing here is yours to claim. You wasn't here building, developing, advancing America into a world superpower. Nothing here is yours. You're not written into the doctrine of the Constitution. And we can fight you on this soil and annihilate you. So we're attempting to be humane, but the more and more we are humane, you all think that we're weak until we treat you inhumanely. And I see that's how we got to get down. And so we can get down like that. You're going to shed blood on this soil, baby. So anyway, so I'm going to let you stay in my comments because I'm keep talking because we can talk the talk and walk the walk. We don't flee up in here. Our people don't flee in America. We stand up and fight. That's what you immigrants don't do. And you think you're going to come here and get what's ours off of our backs, but you are not going to be able to do that. Because our people, I'm doing this to wake our people up. They waking up. And that sleeping giant, woo, babe, when we wake up, babe, everybody around you gonna look at you and give you an eye, and you gonna know. But anyway, I'm gonna stop, y'all, because anyway, I'll get going on that because I know our people will be triumphant. There's no doubt in my mind, and even more reason why I'm gonna stand with Donald Jaquavius Trump at this point in time. Why not? What do we have to lose? Now let me go on to the next. I'm gonna stop sharing. And we're going to go to the next video. I'm going to show you this one. Miss Yvette Clarke. Let's see what she got to say. Okay? Because she up here talking about race. Our people. And he's dismantling this and that. No, it's not for you anyway. Because you're not our people. You're not our black community. Y'all trying to come over here and take over in our black communities. But we're going to show you how we get down over here in America, so we got to show you, and we're gonna show you how we get down. Now, there was another report this week that more and more Black Americans are siding with Trump. Well, this was a report this week, but there was a report a couple weeks ago, and I wasn't able to show this, but now I'm gonna show you all this live of Yvette Clarke. Listen to what the reporter tells her and how she responds. Once again, I want to go back to the very beginning.
You understand that the SAVE Act is an attack on civil rights and is racist. Could you just explain that? Because 76 Americans support the SAVE Act, according to CNN.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Well, we find it racist because at the end of the day, it's targeting Black communities with a cost burden. We've been through this historically, right? Where we've been prohibited from voting because we didn't know how.
Hold on. We've been through this, right? We've been prevented from voting. This hoe is from Jamaica. She ain't got no ancestors on this soil that went through what our ancestors and what our elders went through on this soil. Okay? Okay, this is the Black identity politics I'm talking about. But let's roll with it.
How many bubbles were in a soap bar? And so this is just a new iteration of that. And we're very focused on defeating it.
But if 76% of Black Americans support voter ID,
I don't believe that 76%.
CNN reported it.
Well, that's possible.
Polls.
That's possible.
Okay.
But I do not agree with it.
I don't agree with it. Okay. And we know CNN, let me stop sharing. We know CNN doesn't always like to report the truth. Right? So if 76% of Black Americans are saying, no, we support the SAVE Act, she doesn't want to believe that, because guess what? We're saying, fuck these immigrants. Get them out the country. And that includes you and your people. You Jamaicans, you Bahamians, it don't even matter. We're down with making sure we get the immigrants out of this country, right? The cosplaying, yes, it is. Yes. The 14th and 15th Amendment is about us, baby. 13th, 14th, 15th Amendment. We're not dividing anybody, because you came to our soil. You came to our soil. You got your whole country. Go back to your country, hang out there, and go fight your politics over there. Go fight your politics in your country. You got your land. You got everything you need in your country. But you think we're going to come be here and fight for you on our soil for what is ours to give to you like some fucking dummies? Cray, cray. Not happening. No, no, no. Not happening. And I'm going off today. I don't care. This is what I'm talking about. They think that we are supposed to mule for them, and that is not how it's going down. We're going to make sure we're taking care of ourselves first and foremost. Because guess what? Americans first is freedmen first, right? Donald Jaquavius Trump, he's right. Americans first. I'm American first. I'm a freedman first. So, hey, we are saving our future generations. 13, 14, 15. Yes, it was because we fought and died. You right. Yes, ma'am. That's us. That's not no freaking immigrants. I don't care what race they are. I don't care where they came from. Today, all of these immigrants have not contributed to America. And we are stakeholders and shareholders of this country. We have equity here. We have assets here. And then we are assets as well, right? So, and all of our contributions and accolades, no, you're not going to come over here and say, oh, I'm like you. I'm equal to you. Oh, wait till I play, y'all, wait till I play Judge Joe Brown. He talking about civil rights is about equality. Oh, my gosh. But anyway, I'm dramatic. I'm dramatic. I don't care. I'm being dramatic for a reason, because some of this stuff is just ridiculous. It's insane. It is insane. These people are insane, you all. They do not make any sense. But let me get to this next video. I'm highlighting Miss Yvette Clarke of the Black Caucus. She's the new leadership. Remember that, what's her name? Sheila Jackson Lee was the other Jamaican, a part of the Black Caucus, the leadership that was over our reparations. That in itself pissed me off, burned my spirit. And the ancestors would rise up in me every time I would see that demonic being sitting there talking about our reparations with the Jews. Okay? I'm just saying. Yeah, they committing treason. They all need to go to jail, and I'm all for it. Whatever, because Trump about to get them. Get them, Trump. Get them. I'm all for it. Get them. I wrote a whole white paper on it. I outlined everything. So then when they get them, you can, hey, I'm aligned with it. I got documentation, Trump. Get them for treason and make them traitors and put them down under forever. And that includes even our own, like, let me go. I'm going to show this really fast, because we got some of our own in the Congressional Black Caucus that is, and you know who they are. But one of the major ones, oh, Wesley Bell talk crazy. But one of the major ones that introduced Kamala Harris into the plan after we got rid of her was this fool right here. Fish fry, James Clyburn. South Carolina, where y'all at? Where y'all at? South Carolina, get rid of James Clyburn. And his daughter's running too. So you need to get rid of her and him. She's an extension of him. Because she's gonna be calling up, Daddy, what can I do? How would you solve this situation, Daddy? Don't need none of them and their children in office. We need to clean the whole freaking slate. Okay? All new and from the grassroots and vetted. Anybody representing us today. Yeah, they're part of the secret society. Most definitely. The Black Boule. Ooh, you guys, wait till y'all hear Judge Joe Brown when I talk about the Black Boule. He says he's not a part of it, but he's Alpha Kappa Alpha. And he's been in position for a long time. So anyway, let's get back to it. I'm going to go back to this video. This is the third video on Yvette Clarke, y'all. And I'm going to let y'all, after this one, I'll let it sink in. Y'all can bring it back whenever you need to, play it back again. But you got to hear this one on Yvette Clarke. Listen to what she got to say on this. And if you can't see the play. Okay? Listen to this one.
And from Brooklyn, New York, we have a diaspora that can absorb a significant number of these migrants. And when I hear colleagues talk about, the doors of the inn being closed, no room in the inn, I'm saying, I need more people in my district, but just for redistricting purposes. And those members could clearly fit here. And from Brooklyn, New York, we have a diaspora that can absorb a significant number of these migrants. And when I hear colleagues talk about, the doors of the inn being closed, no room in the inn, I'm saying, I need more people in my district, but just for redistricting purposes. And those members could clearly fit here.
Okay, you all heard her say, right, that diaspora. You all heard that, right? She wasn't saying Black Americans. She wasn't saying freedmen. She said the diaspora. Okay, and we all know that she's a part of the immigrant diaspora, because Black Americans, we're not a part of the African diaspora. We're not African. We make it very clear all the time. We're not African. We went through an ethnogenesis on this soil. We've never been African since going through that ethnogenesis. And even with those Africans that did come over, the small number that did come over via the slave trade, they had to mix in with us, right? So, yeah, it's very clear. Yes, this is how they getting down. This is how they getting down. This is why New York is the way New York is right now, right? Look at New York. It's nothing but an immigrant haven. And nothing is happening in New York that is good. I'll just say it, right? New York is about to be burnt down, disintegrated into a third world country because they imported most of the third world. I'm just saying. And this is what's happening with America. The more and more we import the third world, America will not progress. America will not prosper. How? They're not capable. And then this isn't their land. We already know they're not capable because they from their homelands, right? So why in the world would we think that they're going to make America better? Okay. So I wanted to get to another video, of course, of what this well, there's a couple of them, but I'm going to go to this other video here first, because I think it's important for us to hear this. We know about the SPLC and what happened, but if people don't know, it's now been revealed that the Southern Poverty Law Center was basically staging all these things of racism against our people. And then they were funding it. They working with the racists to fund this stuff, right? And now and you got the Democrats, right, all about race. but we got freedmen. We freedmen. Look at how it's coming forth, right? The fact of the matter is, we were freedmen before, and they allowed the Democrats, the Confederates, to get back into office to implement Jim Crow and use race, because then that's where you got the black codes and the laws, right? Jim Crow laws. So come on, people. Freedman status, it trumps everything. And yes, I'm using Trump's name when I say trumps everything. But let's listen to how the Southern Poverty Law Center making sure that they took your money.
I have to tell you, I find your answers. I have to tell you, I find your answers absolutely extraordinary. Absolutely extraordinary. I can't believe you've been nominated for this position. I can't believe that the President of the United States would nominate someone, this organization with this record. And I can't believe that you would sit here today and refuse to condemn this hateful, frankly, violent rhetoric from this organization with this record. It's astounding to me. Ms. Abudu, if I could just start with you. You said to Senator Ossoff just a couple of minutes ago that you believe in the First Amendment, right?
Absolutely.
And you told him that you have litigated cases under the various clauses of the First Amendment, and you said that you think that free speech is essential. Is that right?
That is correct.
And freedom of thought is essential, you also said. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
What about the right to counsel? Is that also essential?
The Sixth Amendment and the Supreme Court have said so.
So what would you think about your organization calling other members of the bar, saying that it is their goal, your organization's goal, to destroy other members of the bar who provide litigation, who provide counsel to indigent defendants? I'm thinking particularly of the Alliance Defending Freedom. Back in 2007, a senior fellow at your organization said in a speech that, I want to say plainly, our aim in life is to destroy these groups, referring to the Alliance Defending Freedom and others. Just to be clear, these are groups that provide representation to indigent defendants and to other defendants, other plaintiffs, counsel, litigants. I want to say plainly that our aim in life is to destroy these groups, to completely destroy them. To completely destroy them. Do you think that's appropriate rhetoric for someone to use about opposing counsel or a member of the bar? Do you think that's an appropriate goal to have?
Senator, I would first say that I'm not familiar even with the language that you just cited, but I will say that my work, again, and I stand on my record, is to ensure that all people have access to counsel to vindicate their rights. Do
you think that this is appropriate rhetoric from a senior fellow at your organization?
Senator, again, not having that language in front of me, not understanding the context, I can't even respond.
So this was, I just want to say, hold on. I just want to say that this was them questioning her about their rhetoric, right? And they are already saying that they didn't want to help people that were poor, indigent. They don't want them to have attorneys. They don't want them to help those people, which most likely is going to be our people, right? They already passing laws that they don't want to help the homeless people. And who's becoming more homeless, especially in California? Our people, freedmen. While the immigrants, the Latinos, the Hispanics get the education, get the housing. Come on now, you all. Come on now. Come on. Let's see what this is crazy. We cannot continue to sit back and allow these beings to dictate to us on our soul. How in the world did our ancestors didn't do all of this work, sacrifice, blood, sweat, tears, died for us to sit back and allow this to happen right now? No way. No way. So, and I'm not going to set up here and align with all of this when we know none of these beings deserve what is ours. None of them. They haven't done the work. They can bootstrap. They come to America, they can bootstrap like our ancestors bootstrap. At least you're here, not in a third world country. So, okay. So I found this clip. I'm just going through clips and we're just going to talk about it a little bit and we're going to move on. We're going to move on. I'm just showing, okay, I have to show the Henry Louis Gates video. I want you all to hear this, okay? Henry Louis Gates. This video tripped me out because he calls us African. Now, Henry Louis Gates knows his people been on this soil since wasn't he going along with 1619? Really, it's 1526. But anyway, and then you might even find some more history before 1526. But we know we've had people on this soil since the 1500s because many of them cohabitated with the Indians, and that's how I think many became American Indian, right? But anyway, okay, look, we're gonna listen to Henry Louis Gates and what he has to say. And I'm just like, are you really kidding me right now? These people have totally, this is what I'm talking about. The boomers have totally lost it and continue to allow them to be our representation. Now, listen to this with Henry Louis Gates.
Number of sub-Saharan Africans who willingly migrated to the United States in the decade between 1990 and 2000 was larger than the total number of Africans shipped directly to the United States over the course of the entire transatlantic slave trade. This dramatic wave of new Black migrants, ushered in by these immigration reforms, hailed from a wide spectrum of sub-Saharan African countries. Settling in cities and suburbs across the country, they entered the American workforce at every level, becoming taxi drivers, small business owners, and doctors, dentists, and lawyers.
I can only laugh right now. I can only laugh right now. He literally is calling us Africans. He said the Africans that came through the slave trade. Y'all know it was only like no more than 400,000 because we already been on this soil. Now, hold on. I'm going to show you all some studying that they did in 1896 on our people. Okay? Hold on. I'm going to show it to you. So, you know, this is what I'm talking about. The boomers got to go. The boomers have got to go because they have gone over the edge. They done indoctrinated them. They suffering from some serious menticide. Okay, they just giving up everything. They don't care. At this point in time, the boomers, no way, ain't no way. Y'all, come on now. Y'all heard that? Did you all hear that man? Did you all hear that man? He trying to act like these the Africans been here and then they just migrated here. No, they were forced here, but they're acting like these immigrants just came over and they're part of us. That's not true. Okay, let me find. Oh, here we go. I want you all. I'm gonna show my screen. I'll share this with you all. And I want you all to see this because I located this in my research. And they did a full-fledged study on us in 1896, and this was anthropologists. Anthropologists did this. And we already know that they always testing on us. Always testing us, right? But look at, okay. This was done by Melville J. Kravitz, Jew, most likely, a Jew. Mm-hmm. The physical form and growth of the American Negro. And I'm going to read this. The series, which is represented in this paper, is made up of 5,539 American Negroes, comprising individuals of both sexes and all ages from 1 year to adulthood. And the latter class, including all persons, are 20 years of age and above. So anyone that he says that is in adulthood, they were 21 years of age and over, right? So the measurements, the averages, and the variabilities of which are given below in the tables were taken, with the exception of one group during the past 3 years, and they included these groups, is what he's saying. They included these groups from the last 3 years that was in New York City, Washington, D.C., rural areas of eastern West Virginia, Nashville, Tennessee, and Tuskegee, Alabama. So this study comprised of our people, the American Negroes, in all of these different areas. And some of them, they took the numbers or the information from these areas as well, from New York City, D.C. Okay. But anyway, so the exception which may be noted in the series of 351 individuals measured by the late professor was Von Lushkin. So Von did that work for the last 3 years in these different areas, is what he's basically during the year 1915. Okay, so I'm going to show you here. So again, both sexes, all ages, and they wanted to incorporate all of that into this one study of 5,539 American Negroes. It is important in any consideration of the American Negro to understand the use of the term. The word Negro is biologically a misnomer for the African Negroes brought to the United States as slaves, as they have crossed in breeding with the dominant white population, as well as with the Aboriginal American Indian types with whom they came into contact. So that there is today only a small percentage of the American Negroes who may be considered Negro in the ordinary sense of the term. Okay, let's break it down. Let's break this down. Basically, he's already saying that we did this study and these American Negroes ain't nothing like these Africans, right? That's basically what he's saying. They ain't nothing. It's saying that the American Negro is a Negro is a misnomer now. That's what I got from it. What do y'all got? What y'all in my chat? What do y'all get from this? Right? This is what I'm talking about. We ain't no damn Africans. He even saying even the Africans done crossbreeded here with everybody else that was here. The white man, the Europeans, right? Because we know the Europeans, Irish, Scottish, British, or UK, whatever. Then you got the Portuguese, the Spanish, right? We're a whole new ethnic group. Yes, we are a new mankind. They know this. Look, okay, I'm going to read it and I'll stop. But he says here, I have discussed the extent to which the crossing has occurred and the consequent hybrid character of the American Negro people of today elsewhere. It is therefore only necessary. This was, you all, he wrote this in 1896. Okay? This study. Take it down. You can go look for it. Any of you that want to read it, write it down. Take his name. I'll put it in the chat. Read the whole study. They've been studying us. They know we're a different mankind. They know we're different humankind. We're nothing like Africans. We're nothing like any other, right? And we have admixtures. So we're literally and figuratively, this is why I say we are the Americans made on this soil. So when you use race, and these beings are now using race, they're using race to attach to us. But when we use freedmen, they can't attach to us. There's no way they can attach to us. Okay? So the other thing I want to get to is, I'll stop sharing my screen. I just want to get to this one other post. And then we're going to do a little more about Judge Joe Brown and Dana. down Dana's show. I went there on X. I do want to give y'all a little highlight of that. And we'll get up out of here because I started late and it's almost 6 o'clock. But anyway, we got to do Clarence Thomas, you all. And I'm doing Clarence Thomas because Clarence Thomas has come out in the clutch for us. I'm giving him his props. I know we have not liked Clarence Thomas that much, but at the end of the day, when it counts, he showed up. Oh, let me show these right here. I've shown these throughout my lives before, but I'm going to show these again to show people that we're already talking about immigration, and they was like, no, it's not our people. Get rid of it. And Philip Randolph was on point every time. Now, you don't hear Judge Joe Brown talk about him when we talk about the Black leadership, right? You won't hear him about him. Here's what our great ancestors said. Instead of reducing immigration to 2% of the 1890 quota, we favor reducing it to nothing. We favor shutting out the Germans from Germany, the Italians from Italy, the Hindus from India, and the Chinese from China, and even the Negroes from the West Indies. Go ahead, ancestor. Go ahead. Yes, ancestor. And then you all know that Trump is now making sure he calling out all of them of NATO, and he letting them know, no, we're not doing no business with you. Now here we got the ancestor in 1993. She said it. She wrote a whole entire article off the backs of Blacks. I'll put it in, let me go ahead and find it and put it in the chat for y'all. She surely did. Our ancestors be coming through. And then we even got Dr. Carol Swain, Dr. Claude Anderson. They're living their elders' right today. They talked about immigration and the impact on our people and how we needed to do something about it. Dr. Carol Swain was on Tony Brown's Journal. She wrote a whole book on it as well. Dr. Claude Anderson going around trying to make sure we all had the messaging and knew what was going down. Right? Come on now, you all. We got to listen. We can't be hard-headed like our boomer parents now. We cannot be hard-headed like our boomer parents. It's not going to help. It's not going to help us do anything. Look at what she stated in this article. It doesn't matter anymore what the newcomer's skin is. A hostile posture toward resident Blacks must be struck at the Americanizing door before it will open. What? Woo! We've been getting it, y'all. We've been getting the messaging from the ancestors, from our elders throughout the entire time. We know Coretta Scott King wrote a letter to Reagan about immigration and its impact. Right? Come on now, how we gonna be this blind, this so indoctrinated right now that we can't see, suffering from menticide, I say, that we can't see the truth right in front of our faces right now? Huh? What's going on with us? Let's hold these people, the beings, accountable. It's more of us than them. We got people power, right? We got to stand on what is ours. Yes, we do, right? We have maybe Black boule, Black leadership. They're only a small percentage, maybe 1 million of them, maybe not even 1 million of them. But we 43 million. Right? We can remove them in a heartbeat. We can make sure we're running for offices and we're representing ourselves. And we need to make sure that the Black Patriots are at the table with the Trump administration and leveraging all of this for our benefits right now. And I intend to be one of those at that table, you all. I'll go sit down with Donald Jaquavius Trump. Move where you at. Where's she at? Make sure I highlight her on my show, because Move Up says this all the time. That's where I got that name from, you all. I love her little skits and things that she does. But let's go to another video. I have to go to another video. Y'all know how it goes, right? So I want you all to see what Clarence Thomas has been saying. He waking it up. He waking it up. He's not playing. And if you go back and read his opinion in the Fair Admissions Act, he talks about the 14th Amendment and freedmen. He puts it out there. He doesn't hold back that our status as freedmen is relevant to us today, right? So let's be real about this. Let's listen to what Clarence. I'm giving him some airtime. I surely am. Let's listen to what the Supreme Court justice has to say happening in America right now.
Progressivism seeks to replace the basic premises of the Declaration of Independence and hence our form of government. It holds that our rights and our dignities come not from God, but from government. It requires of the people a subservience and weakness incompatible with a constitution premised on the transcendent origin of our rights.
Okay. Let me play that
Progressivism seeks the basic premises.
Let me play it. I'm gonna play this one more time.
Progressivism.
Is he on point? Because this is what's happening right now. We got a lot of liberals, and they are from socialist countries, or progressives from socialist countries. And I will remind you all that these are immigrants, legal, making sure the illegals come in here on top of us. They've gotten into political positions. Let's listen.
Progressivism seeks to replace the basic premises of the Declaration of Independence and hence our form of government. It holds that our rights and our dignities come not from God, but from government. It requires of the people a subservience and weakness incompatible with a constitution premised on the transcendent origin of our rights.
All right, I'll stop it here. There's another clip. I'll probably play it in my next live because it's a little bit longer, but I do want you all to see that even Clarence Thomas is out here saying, hey, y'all, wake it up. Wake it up. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I should have played that video instead of this one. Hold on. I might go ahead and play that one. Let me see if I can find that one, because Clarence Thomas is out here saying to us, we have to participate. We have to stand up as Americans. We have to make sure that at this point in time that these beings are not being elected and that they're not able to go and change America, because they already attempting to write us out. They already saying that America was built by immigrants. They don't even acknowledge us. They're saying that, hey, we don't even know who Black people are other than the Africans or the Caribbeans or the West Indians, because guess what? They're immigrants. And they're all coming together to Voltron up against us, the Americans, and especially against us, the freedmen, because guess what? We got all the capital and the resources, right? Without us, there's no America. Without us, you won't have any of your innovations. Oh, Lord, I see something come across my timeline. Wait a minute. We're going to play this one right here. Let me see. Dang. I have so many, you all, that I want to play for you, especially with what's going down right now. But you know what? Here's the one with Clarence Thomas. Another one with Clarence Thomas. And I'm going to play those other ones again later. They'll be good for the next time. But I want to focus on these beings that are making sure we understand what is at play right now. And what is at play is that we got immigrants over here that now are saying they're going to come take your identity, your resources, and that you don't deserve anything in America. Yeah.
For the invitation to visit the University of Texas.
Hold on.
At all.
Let's see. Let's listen to this one.
Thank you all very much. President Davis, Provost Bowden, Dean Dyer, faculty, students, and honored guests. I thank each of you for being here, and I thank the school and the officials here for the invitation.
Oh, wait a minute. That's not the right one. This is the whole, I can put this, I'll post this out on the YouTube channel. This is the entire speech. I wanted a clip of where he talks about, again, the progressives. So, wait a minute. I think I found it. Okay. This is the clip, but I will put the entire speech out on YouTube so you all can retrieve it and hear what he has to say. Okay, this is the one I want. Hold on, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna share this one because this is the actual one that he speaks about the progressives again and how they're destroying America. And he's really saying to us, you got to stand up. So here we go. Listen to this.
Progressivism seeks to replace the basic premises of the Declaration of Independence, and hence our form of government. It holds that our rights and our dignities come not from God, but from government. It requires of the people a subservience and weakness incompatible with a constitution premised on the transcendent origin of our rights. The century of progressivism did not go well. The European system that Wilson and the progressives scolded Americans for not adopting, which he called nearly perfect, led to the governments that caused the most awful century that the world has ever seen. Stalin, Hitler, Mussolini, and Mao all were intertwined with the rise of progressivism, and all were opposed to the natural rights on which our declaration are based.
Now, I will stop. I like that clip particularly because he talks about our rights, natural rights, dignities, Declaration of Independence. All of this can be leveraged with Donald Jaquavius Trump for our benefit as freedmen. I'm just saying, Americans first equals freedmen first. That's where I'm going. He's saying it. He's telling us, what can we do? What are we going to do? Right? Blank screen again. Okay. They are getting all of our benefits. They're getting all of our benefits. I got a petition. I got a petition right here on Freedman Channel. Let me put it in the chat. I have a petition that we delineate and that we also ethno-aggregate and we reconstruct our Borough of Freedmen Affairs. Yes. And we do all of that. You know what? That money from our federal budget comes down to our local offices where we're making sure all of our money goes to us, not any immigrants. And then on top of that, we run for offices and we start taking control of those budgets. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. We don't have to sit back and let anybody do anything to us because we can take control of our narratives, you all. We can do this. It is meant for us to do this. We are the extension of our ancestors. I tell people all day long, I am my ancestors. I represent them today, right? They are the ones that survived these things, all of these atrocities, so that we can have life today. And it's their blood flowing through my veins. It is their DNA housed in this shell of a body. And this is why I get upset, because my ancestors rising up in me and they saying, you better get out there and fight because you come from warriors, baby. You don't do this. You don't sit back and say nothing. You get out there and you do something about it. And we got you on the back end. That's what my ancestors say to me. Hey, and I got me, and my piece, my weapon is Louise. Okay? Because guess what? My grandmama, her middle name was Louise. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So when I get my piece out, Louise got you. That's the way I look at stuff. Hey, that's how I get down. Sure, Louise gonna show up, right? Louise will make sure that bullet go into the right spaces. All right, that bullet will be guided by Louise. So don't play with me. Okay, I said I was going to give someone asked for another video, right? I think I said I was going to post something else in the chat. I keep going, you all. I go so fast. Forgive me. Someone asked for something. It'll come back to me. I'll make sure I post it, at least with the YouTube channel, because when I go back and review, I'll be like, oh yeah, someone needed that information. So what would happen if no one voted? Well, why would we not vote though? Especially, why would we not run our own people, our own candidates, and vote for them? Why would we not make sure that we have representation? When we are 43 million, we are stakeholders, shareholders of this country. We got plenty of people that are competent and intelligent, especially our youth, right? We can get them in position right now. We need to start getting our position. And when I say youth, I mean anyone that is 30 and over, right? I think certain offices, you have to be a certain age, right? Yeah, my great-grandparents were sharecroppers too, right? So I got uncles that I learned doing my lineage and doing my research, right, on my lineage. They worked on the railroads, y'all. Yes, I have uncles that worked on the railroads. I have granddaddies, maternal and paternal side, that fought in the World War II. So the Borough Freedmen Affairs, yes, ma'am. Yes, that's what we need. Reinstate that. This is Reconstruction 3.0. The reset is we getting into our rightful positions as freedmen, right? AKA Black Americans, Negro, colored, right? We're all of those things. But we are defined in America via our status as freedmen. Our nationality can be freedmen, right? So the government, how would the government collapse? Because we're always a part of the government. We are the Americans. We're stakeholders here. We're shareholders here. We will always be a part of the American government. And the Borough Freedmen Affairs just seals it, because we can make sure it is set up where we have our own cabinet member sitting right next to the president. Plus, we'll have other individuals in government that sit with that cabinet member as well, right? So then in that, we will always into perpetuity have representation, everybody vetted, and then we will not ever be in the pot, lumped in the pot with these immigrants ever again. Ever. Right? This is where I'm going. And then the fact that they are now attaching to us via minorities, even the affirmative action goes to white women and everybody else but us after our ancestors fought for civil rights for us. Okay, now I'm gonna have to get to it. Y'all don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at me, but I gotta play this with Judge Joe Brown. Because I have to call, I've been calling the judge out. But the judge, he's a boomer. This is what I'm talking about with the boomers. Call them out. I'm going to call them out. I'll have to call them out. I want y'all to listen now. I want y'all to listen to what Judge Joe Brown has to say when I was like, yeah, Judge, this ain't equal. Come on, man. He telling me, listen to what he has to say. I want to see y'all's comments. I'm going to just let y'all hear what our little exchange. And I respect the fact that Judge and Dana gave me the space to have this conversation, because I know a lot of our beings, Black leadership and others, would shut it down. But Judge was open to the conversation, and I think we need to continue it, because there is a disconnect with the boomers. There's a serious disconnect with the boomers. And I'm just like, what is going on? How can they not see these things? How can they not want to even capitalize in these moments right now? I'm confused. And instead of blaming our youth, we should be helping our youth. We should be making sure our youth understand what is at play. And I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing even our elders say to our youth, hey, these are certain things you can do. Now, I shouldn't say all of our elders. Let me roll that back. The elders that have certain positions that we have respected and thought that they were down for our people, we're finding out they're not. Right? We're finding out they've been gaslighting us, bamboozling us, all of that. And I am disappointed, but you know what? Right now, it's time of the essence. We got to move on some things, right? Okay, so I'm going to share, and I'm going to play the conversation I had with Judge Joe Brown, and I want you all to just listen to what he has to say or what took place, and then give me your comments. I want you all to to tell me how you feel about it. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna get to the if it'll let me play. Let's see. I was playing it earlier. I hope it has. Okay, let me stop sharing it. I'm gonna go out of it and come back. I thought this was a good exchange. I thought it was good for us to listen to what was said, because I spoke about affirmative action. I spoke about just some things that I see going on with civil rights, and how right now you have white men claiming that they don't have civil rights, that they're being discriminated against. Mind you, white men are the largest demographic in this country, and they have most of the wealth. So I don't know what these white men are talking about. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm gonna stop it there. Now I'm going to share again, and we're gonna get into this, and so you all can hear the exchange with Judge Joe Brown.
So much.
Appreciate it, AC. Here, come back later if that's okay.
Fair enough, man. Stay safe. We don't want to see anybody get
Hello,
hurt.
Memphis.
Batten down the hatches. All right, we're going to Victor.
Oh, wait
Appreciate
a minute.
you coming up
That's
and
not it.
coming to the space. Let's go to Kerry.
This is awesome. It's been sad. I'm all for President Trump in this world right now.
Hope, I'm going to go to Dr. Harriet since she's a new speaker, then we'll come back to you. Dr. Harriet, good evening.
Good evening, Loki, Dana, and Judge. Okay, so I did put in your.
Okay, just a FYI, I am Dr. Harriet Jacobs on X. Just a FYI. Here we go.
Jumbotron, Dana, the analysis by Susan Kokenda regarding this whole King visiting at the White House and what's going on with the British and the UK and the United States, geopolitical politics, right? And I'm really excited about that because a great deal is being revealed in that relationship. And she gives a summarization, but an analogy of how President McKinley was doing the same thing and he was assassinated. And here we have these assassination attempts with Trump. And oh my gosh, y'all, this is like we're reliving certain things that our ancestors are already have gone through, right? And they want to keep their hand on America. America's so freaking wealthy. We already know this. So that brings me to my next point. And I know the judge might not like this, but at this present point in time, we got civil rights for Americans so they can have jobs. Like civil rights, something that the freedmen, ancestors, elders fought for their people, Americans. Now it's having a broader effect. Do y'all see where I'm going? Like it was something happening with a small ethnic group of Americans. Now it's on a huge national platform for all Americans, despite your race, creed, or color. Because we didn't nip it in the bud in the freaking beginning. Right? And this is our American government. And now, again, it correlates with the president and the attempts to assassinate him to make sure America does right by its doctrines that are written, right? Which means it has to do right by its citizens or its people. And there's a specific ethnic group of Americans that keep getting left out of the American dream. So I just have to come up here and point that out. Now, y'all already know I'm down with Trump. I'm down with Trump. And if we got to go to another civil war on this land, we already know what's popping. So anyway, go ahead, Judge. I had to put that out there.
I don't think we're going to go to a hot and heavy state secede from the Union Civil War. But what civil rights means is everybody plays by the same rule book, and the referees apply the rules equally to everybody that's playing in the league. But then again, as I pointed out about 15, 17 minutes ago, I said one team in the league may be at the bottom in the cellar and another one may be at the top winning most games. So because a team is losing every game, does that mean something's wrong with the rules or maybe something's wrong with the team in question? So when you start looking at one team that's consistently on the bottom, I strongly suggest that the first thing you need to do is see what that team is doing with its players, coaches, and the way it approaches the game rather than trying to deal with the game. Because right now, as I see it, fundamentally, the game is equal across the board. It doesn't always work out that way, but it's got a great deal to do with ideation and how the players on a particular team look at the way they're playing the game. So that may have more to do with it than any unfair rules or any inequitous rules. So
okay, I hear you. Okay, then can I have a little back and forth with you? The 14th Amendment. The team already made sure we defeated the Confederates in the Civil War, saved the Union, saved America, right? But the team played by the rules, and the team still didn't get nothing.
Well,
But
it
the
did get
Confederates
something.
ended up getting land, getting back into office, and still, again, subjugating the winners for
That's
another
not
150 years with
the
Jim Crow.
14th Amendment was about. There was a case decided before the Civil War by Justice Taney in what's known as the Dred Scott decision. It was a horrible one. It probably contributed greatly to the start of the Civil War, but when the Civil War was over, won by the Union, it was still law in the United States. And the 14th Amendment was specifically drafted to nullify the Dred Scott decision. And it did. And I think what's going on, based on my examination of the legislative history behind the amendment being proffered, the statements from Frederick Douglass, who is responsible for a great deal of what came out in the 14th Amendment in terms of its drafting, it had nothing to do with what some people are trying to say it has to do with right now. Nobody anticipated that it would deal with a mass illegal migration.
Well, we already know that the 14th Amendment was never intended for anybody with mass illegal immigration. Notice he's using the terms as well. Migration. They're illegals. They're aliens. It's written in the global record that foreigners, aliens, children or ambassadors, diplomats, they're not citizens of the United States. This is a judge now. This is the judge now. I just want you all to listen to the boomer and how he talks. This is why I say we cannot continue to, I get it. I get it. We were raised to respect our elders. And you'll hear me say, look, I'm going all in. Because I was raised to respect the elders. But these olders and elders, man, they got something else going on. Okay, listen to this. Listen.
An invasion of the country, so to speak, with no control over who comes here.
Well, okay, I get that. That's because the government, certain beings in the government, but a part of a certain party of the government is doing that. But also, Judge, okay. Now, okay, let's move the goalposts again. Let's go to the 150 years of Jim Crow fighting for civil rights instead of human rights. We know that we had two about
Civil rights just means everybody plays by the same rule book, and the referees and the umpires apply the same rules.
Okay, well, guess what? Okay, got it, understood. Now, white women are the largest benefactors of affirmative action.
Maybe
Not
they
black
manipulate
women
it.
and white women, not black women and white women. It is white women, which also includes immigrants, right? Because Puerto Ricans depend on Africans, where they come from, Jews, everybody can be white under affirmative action. Minorities comes under affirmative action, right? And right today, again, black women are not the benefactors along with white women of affirmative action. If we want to do gender and sex, we got gay white men that are also, right? I'm just saying, you're saying civil rights is about level playing field. And it's about how the team plays. But here's what I see. I see us, the freedmen, doing the work, and everybody else getting all the benefits and the rewards.
Whose fault is that?
Off the bat. Well,
Whose fault is that?
Okay, I got you. Now, Judge, okay, you're a senior. You an
Forget
elder.
that I'm a senior. Just I'm somebody
Okay,
walking
all
along.
right.
Whose
Well,
fault is
I'm
that?
gonna blame you all. I'm blaming you all. I'm blaming black
But
leadership.
I'm not into that.
I am blaming black leadership and black men.
What do you call? Wait a minute.
Hold on. That been in certain spaces. And
Hold on. Let's back up. Let's back up a second. What do you mean black leadership? What do you mean black
You're
leadership?
not black leadership, Judge.
Excuse me. What I see put out as black leadership is gay leadership for the rainbow. I don't see black leadership. I see people who happen to be black, depending upon black folk to vote black, to put in place
No,
others
Judge,
who are
no, let's
representing
walk
the
it back,
rainbow. I
Judge.
don't see black leadership.
Okay, Judge, okay. Come on now. We had from Civil Rights, Jesse Jackson, right? All of those guys, John Lewis,
John
right?
Lewis was gay. He was straight up rainbow.
Okay. Hey, we know about Baynard Rustin,
He
right?
was straight up rainbow.
Okay. Now, okay, gotcha. Now, the black women that were trying to do stuff, what they were put on the back burner, right?
No, they didn't. What happened is they allied with the white feminist movement. Let me tell you what that's
Not
about.
Ella Baker, not Ella Baker,
Now,
not
let me tell you what it's about, and I'll be crude about it. Ma'am, how are you? Let me tell you what it's
I'm
all about.
55,
Let
Judge.
me tell you how it gets crude. I'll put it this way. They're straight guys. The overwhelming majority of males in the United States and the rest of the world are straight. They like nookie. And women are the sole source and supply of nookie on the planet Earth. So you have a very firm, strong position that you can negotiate from and get practically anything you want. So a lot of
Okay,
white
Judge, I hear you.
liberal
I hear
feminists
you, Judge.
are relying upon that being the sole source and supply of nookie for the white guys, so they use their position of power to get what they want. Unfortunately, it's trying to undo a whole lot of straight women who have to be white. But the black women like Jasmine Crockett and Maxine Wastewater and all that bunch, they jump on board and they ride the wave and they surf on
But they're
into
not
the
the
shore.
only ones, Judge.
Of course they're not,
The black
but it's of course
leadership
they're
from
not.
clergy and everybody else.
What
Come on,
black leadership
Reverend
do we
Warnock.
have? Let me ask you this: what black leaders do we have?
I'm a part of the new black leadership. I'm not. Those are black leadership. That's black leadership that you talking about.
Yeah,
They're
but I'm
not
just
the
saying, what do
black
we have?
leadership.
Who do we?
Freedmen, patriots,
Don Lemon
black
Butt,
patriots. Okay. No.
Don Lemon Booty.
Yeah, but that's what the propaganda, Judge. That's what they prop
Al
up, right?
Chicken
But
George Sharpton.
that's not the
Al
masses
Chicken
of
George
freedmen, the
Sharpton.
black Americans. That's not us. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Like, we done had these gatekeepers, black boulets, right? Black
Yes.
leadership that and it's part of Jesse Jackson, Al
No,
Sharpton,
it wasn't
Ben
Jesse.
Crump,
It
Joanne
wasn't
Reed,
Jesse. It
all of
wasn't
these
Jesse.
people.
Let me say this.
All of these.
Now, hold on. Let me interject something in here. I was the last judge on a James Earl Ray Martin Luther King case. And all through that record, there are FBI memoranda where, amongst other things, besides discussing killing King, they were devoted to discrediting Jesse Jackson because they thought he would take over from King if they assassinated him. And the FBI entered into a 20-year-long concerted program that discredited Jesse Jackson, and they did well in doing it. And a lot of folk are questioning him, but he was straight up and down. He was legit. He didn't betray King. It was Reverend Billy Kyles that did that. So,
Well, Hosea Williams said something totally different.
well,
So,
he doesn't know what I know because I saw everything in there, including the internal records from the FBI where they were discussing what they were going to do.
At the end of the day, Judge, they know who to select to put up front, right? To present an image that the majority of the Black American, aka freedmen, we do not align with
What
these
freedmen?
views. The freedmen that are, I'm
What
a descendant
freedmen?
of the freedmen.
If you're
I'm a
free,
descendant of
you
the
aren't
freedmen.
advocating about being a victim.
Hey, I'm saying I'm a freedman.
Okay.
And my ancestors, listen, my ancestors have been oppressed and subjugated, but
Well,
they still
it's your
fought for this
ancestors. That's not
country.
you.
They
So,
still fought for this country and made it what it is today.
well, that's great.
Okay?
Then act on it.
Okay. So yeah, we acting like that's what I'm telling you. You keep propping up the gatekeepers.
No, no,
And
no,
you
no, no,
are
no, no,
part of
no, no,
those
no, no, no,
gatekeepers
no,
now.
no. That's not what's going on.
That black leadership that's been out here doing bullshit for the last
And
50,
then why you
60
keep
years
electing them?
misleading the people.
And
Yes.
why you keep electing them?
guys have a terrible podcast. Well, I ain't elected them. See, that's
Well,
the thing.
then why
But
don't
the
you go run for
indoctrination is
office
there.
and turn them
The
out?
indoctrination comes from the clergy, the black clergy.
Well, then why you
right?
keep going to their
So
congregations and letting them
no,
pimp you from the pulpit?
I get you, Judge.
They got
Right
all
now,
these little
you know,
funny
a
boys
majority of
bouncing
our black
around in
folks
front of the
do not
pulpit, and then
attend
there's
church any
Leviticus
longer.
2013, but
Right. The
everybody
church, a
ignores it.
lot of our people have moved from the church, right? We know this. So there's change happening. And I'm saying to you right now, I am a part of the black leadership, right? We are not leadership. We are not going to sit here and sit back and allow others to continue to dictate our narrative and our future.
When
So
your
that's all I'm
leadership,
saying.
wait, let me give you one salient fact, truth.
What?
When your leadership, you don't have to claim it, you just exercise it.
We doing it. We claiming it so the people know that they're out here, that we out here.
They
Because
don't
you
need to
know
have
what?
it claimed, just
The
do it.
propaganda machine against our people, we're always targeted. It's always targeted towards our people. From the television to social media, all of it is to indoctrinate our people to believe that we are the worst of this country when we make America great. Your most modern day technology still comes from us. And you got
What
Indians
do
from
you? How many of
Hindus
us?
Indians
How
and
many of us?
Brahmin Indians
Look,
in
look, 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 look,
technology
look,
and
look,
don't
look.
even have the
look.
inventions compared to
Excuse me.
us. NASA,
Time
all of
out,
that.
time out,
So
time out,
I'm just saying,
time out.
Judge.
At the bottom of the heap, well, at the top of the heap in the United States, the highest median family income is possessed by Indians, $104,000 a year. At the bottom of the heap, slightly below 35,000 a year, is guess who?
And how is that feasible? Like
Well,
for
that's
me in my
cause
mind, like
that's
how
cause
does an immigrant group hold on, how does an immigrant group never fought any wars for this country, never have contributed anything on the level of the
well,
Americans
then,
who came here
excuse
and
me. How
built
did
the
somebody
country?
on the bottom of the heap in the cellar contribute much of all?
Okay, so but you just told me there's equal rights.
Yeah, I
You just
just
told me
said
there's
the
equal
rule
rights,
book
right?
is supposed to be applied
Civil rights
equally.
is equal rights.
Yeah,
That's
but
what
the
I
team
heard.
at the bottom, in last place in the league that isn't in the first place, it's not the rule book. It's the fact that they don't
Well,
have a team.
I'm
So
with
put the team
President Trump.
together.
Those of our community and our collective that have done great things, right? They've been assassinated. Towns that they built even after fighting the Civil War was destroyed. I'm not about to sit here and keep saying that something is wrong with our people when our people show up for America time and time and time again, and then everybody wants the reason that somehow we're not playing the
Well, I
game
mean, but
together.
what you're
No,
describing is a bunch of
so
fools
I'm
who ain't
hearing
getting
you.
anything out of it for their
I
output.
hear you. I hear you. We playing the game different now, Judge.
Can I interject
No,
something?
are we? Are
We're gonna
we?
play it different.
Are
Watch
we?
and
It
see us
doesn't
how we
sound
play
that
this
way to
game
me.
now, Judge. Watch,
Doesn't
watch
sound
it.
that.
Watch
I'm
how we play.
watching. I'm
Okay.
watching. But you
Okay, I
see,
appreciate
Can
you.
I
Thank you,
interject
see,
something?
Judge. I like
Can I
our
make a
banter.
comment real quick? Can I make a comment? Judge, me up for a second, because the restaurant feedback kind of stagnates it.
that's thunder. I'm standing outside in the rain. It's coming
Okay,
down
that's
heavy,
fine.
and
Let
the
me just say
thunder
what I
and
wanted. Let me
lightning.
just say this real quick. The only issue that I'm not disagreeing with Dr. Harriet, because I want to say the other name, but and I'm not disagreeing with the judge either. But there is a problem that I do have that is circulating around on social media. It's all this, no tangibles, no vote, or they're on a vote the couch and not voting. And so I'm not saying just go and vote and that's it. No, because there has to be action before you go vote and after you vote and during that local and federal politicians tenure term in that position. It has to take place before, during, and after.
But to not vote at all, I do not respect anyone that does not vote. And I don't respect you if you vote and you don't do anything behind it. And I'm not talking about you, Dr. Harry. I'm not talking about you. I'm saying in general, there's too much of that conversation going around on social media in Black spaces where they're opting to not participate in the voting process. And it's like, no, participate in the whole political process, from engaging in financially supporting candidates that you want to see run and win, showing up to the polls to vote in a primary, not just in the general election. And most importantly, voting on the local level. That's most important. And even if your person does not get in, you still need to advocate for your community and your people to that politician, dictate to that politician, and present them with an agenda and make sure that they are executing what needs to be done for your said community. And that goes for all backgrounds. But all that, I'm not voting, I have a major problem with that. But go ahead. That's all I wanted to say.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you because our ancestors, they did so much, right? They with the voting. And but that's a part of the propaganda to disenfranchise our ethnic group. It's always us been targeted. So I give our people grace with that, because at the end of the day, we've had plenty of our ancestors that did attempt to vote. The Democratic Party made sure they had a paramilitary to stop our people from voting. This is what I'm talking about when people keep saying the game isn't rigged for the winners to lose. That's all I'm saying. I'll land it there. Thank you, Dana, and thank you all for this conversation. Thank you, Judge.
All right. Okay. And I'm going to stop. Okay. That is what I wanted to bring to you all in showing how our boomers, I don't know what happened with our boomers, but that's from what I'm hearing. Now, I did go into another deal with Judge Joe Brown, and because I think Dana asked me a question. She said, I have a question. Why do you all think that Judge is a part of the Black Boule? And I said, well, one, he denigrates our people quite often in spaces and things of that nature. And I see some here are saying the same thing. And then the other part that I said, Judge says, Dana told me that Judge is not welcomed by the Black Boule. And I said, well, Judge is Alpha Phi Alpha. And Judge went on a whole rant and rave after that. But I'll post this in the with the YouTube, right, so that you can hear the rest of the conversation. But I wanted you to hear that exchange where I was like literally saying to Judge, you know what, Black leadership has did a number on our people, and they worked with the oppressors to subjugate their own people, to indoctrinate their own people, and do these certain things with the oppressor instead of really fighting like our ancestors did. And they do not want to take accountability, right? We're not going to sit here and act like Jesse Jackson did not align with the oppressors by giving us the fucking term African American, right? We didn't vote for that. We still don't like that term. So he want to act like Jesse wasn't a part of the demise of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. Well, you know what? He, John Lewis, all of them got in line after King was killed and assassinated, after Malcolm X was assassinated. They all got in line and did exactly what them folks told them to do instead of towing the line and standing tall, right? No, and this is a lot of the Black boomers. Freedmen boomers, right? I'm gonna get mine, you need to get yours. Because that's not each one teach one. That's not being collective. That's taking on that white identity of being individualistic when we know it's about all of us. Because I help you, you help me, or we help ourselves. When I say help ourselves, we help our families, right? We helping our families, then every other family will be helped where our collective will be in a certain position. And now you got immigrants coming over here doing what we were doing, our ancestors were doing, but the boomers gave that shit up, right? They gave it up. And so now we're in a position where we have to fight for what's ours again in another generation on our soil. Like, we're not gonna have to. I do not want our children to have to be in this perpetual cycle every freaking generation. That's insane. It's insane. Okay, like, it's wild to me. Dollars don't make sense all the time. You're correct. All money ain't good money, right? And yes, now they're using the term Africans, Caribbeans, everybody gets to use Black, African American. Like, we're not doing this. We're not doing this, right? We are freedmen. And did you hear him question me about freedmen? If you freed, then you don't have to speak on it. Yes, we do. It's a status. This is a judge. He knows the law, supposedly. But anyway, Barack Obama was a constitutional attorney. And he made sure he passed DACA for the Hispanic and Latinos that were illegal on the soil, but he did nothing for the freedmen, right? He did sound very ignorant. And this is what I'm saying. This is their mentality. And they want you to believe that this is the right way to go for us. No. We pushing back. And this is why I'm holding this live, you all. We got to push back. But I'm going to show y'all one more picture. And I'm going to get up out of here. Because when I say that immigrants, freedmen don't have any immigrant ancestors. We don't have immigrant ancestors. Freedmen are not part Cape Verdean, right? So this belief now, I know certain people had babies outside of the collective. And now they want, when we do reparations, they think their children should receive reparations as well. But one of my things that I've been saying to people is, and we need to lock it down and set a hardcore boundary, because we already see how these immigrants are moving. They are more loyal to their other sides. They're not loyal to us at all. Oh yeah, he was deflecting the entire time. He was deflecting the entire time. He couldn't stay. He gonna say that our ancestors went and teamed up with the white women. Ella Baker did not team up with no white women for no feminism. Fannie Lou Hamer did not team up with no white women for no civil rights, right? We got Ada B. Wells. We got all kinds of Coretta Scott King did not team up with no white women on no feminism bullshit. Okay? They fought. And they stood beside their men, their Black men, right? Now he wants to move the goalposts. He wants to say that the fault of the Black women, when we had some Black women like Angela Davis that went undercover, but she's LGBT, right? But you got a Afeni Shakur that was a part of the Black Panther Party. She represented herself and got herself off, right? She didn't go and team up with a Jew to litigate for herself during the Black Panther when she was charged. No, Afeni Shakur, Tupac Shakur's mother, represented herself in her case and won. No law degree. No law degree at all. Okay? All right. And we got Angela Davis today that now understands, oh, I have a Mayflower ancestor. She knew that though. We know Angela Davis should have known she had a Mayflower or a WASP ancestor. So, these games, Henry Louis Gates, they are all a part of academia. And look at how they're talking. See, look how they're moving. This is not what our ancestors did. And you know what? We got the spirit of our ancestors, y'all. And we are the leadership, right? We Black patriots love America, love who we are. Freedmen, we gonna make sure America honors that Constitution. And we gonna sit at the table with Donald Jaquavius Trump, and we gonna get what's ours. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. And let's say it, y'all. Let's manifest it. But let me show y'all this. So when people say, oh, Hakeem Jeffries is one of us, look at this. I want y'all to read it. Now Trump calls him the Timu Obama, but look and read what it says. Great to be back on African soil in the Republic of Cabo Verde, the home of my maternal grandfather. Right? Oh no. What's up, George? How you doing? What's up, Apollo? How you all doing? First class citizen, Miss Urshahan. I'm sorry, I know I'm messing up your name, sister. Give me some slack. Black and Silver, just call me ESTEP. Thank you all for joining me. But when we need to make sure our people know we're vetting everybody. You cannot talk for us, speak for us. We, the freedmen, we speak for ourselves. And we're at least 43 million strong in this nation. And we are the patriots, stakeholders, shareholders of America. And we represent it. We're going to stand on it. Okay? Ursa. Okay, Miss Ursa. Thank you, lady. Let me give you I'm going to put my email in the chat, Miss Ursa. Please email me and let's talk. Okay? Anybody else want to talk? Let's get to it. We got work to do, but you know what? We about to get it done, right? We're going to show the judge how the Black Patriots and the leadership moves, right? The real Black grassroots. We're not playing. He think we playing. We're gonna move him right on out the way. Yes. Thank you all. But hey, make sure y'all let your family know. Most of those in the CBC are immigrants. They're not free. And we don't owe them anything. We owe our ancestors, right? It's about us representing our ancestors, standing on their shoulders, standing with them as they help us move into our rightful positions along with God. We know the Creator is right here with us too. So with that, you all, I really appreciate you joining me. I went over my hour and a half. I'll be back next week. Oh, yes, it does. Yes, it does. And you're what? Are you saying you're a part of the Florida Board of hey, I'm here. I'm mental health. Email me, Miss Avy Davy. Email me. Please email me and let's get it going. Well, with that, you all, I'm signing off. I'll be back next week. I will be interviewing for the next couple weeks. So I have a gentleman coming on the show. He is running for office in North Carolina. So with that, and then I'll interview another individual in the following weeks. They're running for office in Tennessee. I'm from Tennessee, George, but I also reside in Florida. That's a part of my home. So, okay. And so you all, please, my email is in the chat. Hit me up and let's talk. All right. Thank you all so much. I'll see you later. And I should say love, peace, and happiness. Till the next time.